I love this question because why is the letter X so important in Marvel Comics? Does it all just come from Xavier? Not really, but also kinda. Like in real life, I think we all understand it's a branding thing, right? It's Charles X Xavier and his X-Men. I can't tell you which of those Lee and Kirby named first, but there's a reason they both start with X. And it's the same reason the group I was talking about, the Externals, sort of chucked it into the word eternal, completely disregarding that that made a different word. But in universe, it's a bit of a different story. Because the very first issue says Charles named them that because they have extra power. Sure you did, Charlie. Though this was also back when mutant powers were caused from radiation. These days, you're probably more familiar with the X gene. You might be surprised to learn that specific term is pretty recent, first popping up in the early 2000s. Before that, mutants simply had an X factor, sometimes called the X factor gene, sometimes called the X factor chromosome. The idea that mutant powers are genetic dates back to like the 80s, but crucially, an X factor is a real term, basically just meaning unknown variable. They were born with something weird, now they have powers, that's all you need to know. Oh, and also there's a whole thing with the X-Men villain and classic old-timey mad scientist, Mr. Sinister, aka Nathaniel Essex, who discovered this mutation back in 1859 and dubbed it the Essex factor. And those who had them, Essex men. So is it him or Xavier or extra or a variable? What matters is that even in universe, it's an understood symbol for these people and those associated with them. Everything else is a chicken and the egg situation.